How does individual insolvency differ from business insolvency? Imagine trying to balance your personal bills while running a business that's struggling to stay afloat. Both situations can lead to insolvency, but they are quite different in how they are handled. When we talk about individual insolvency, we mean a person or sometimes a married couple who cannot pay their personal debts. This could be from credit card bills, medical expenses, or mortgages. They might file for bankruptcy under laws called the Bankruptcy Code, usually Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. Chapter 7 involves selling off non-exempt personal property to pay creditors and then getting a fresh start. Chapter 13 allows the person to keep their property and set up a plan to pay back debts over time. On the other hand, business insolvency involves a company or a legal business entity like a corporation, limited liability company, partnership, or sole proprietorship. If a corporation or limited liability company becomes insolvent, it usually files for bankruptcy under Chapter 7 or Chapter 11. Chapter 7 for a business means selling its assets to pay creditors and shutting down. Chapter 11 allows the business to reorganize its debts and continue operating. Small businesses might use a special version of Chapter 11 called Subchapter 5 to make the process simpler and less costly. When it comes to outcomes, individual bankruptcy often results in debt discharge, giving the person a chance to rebuild their financial life. Business bankruptcy, however, often means closing the business or restructuring it to stay afloat. If the business is a corporation or limited liability company, the owners typically do not lose personal assets unless they personally guarantee debts. But if it is a sole proprietorship or partnership, the owner's personal assets are at risk because there is no legal separation between the business and the individual. The complexity and costs also differ. Personal bankruptcy cases tend to be simpler and less expensive because they involve fewer stakeholders. Business bankruptcies can be more complicated, involving multiple creditors, assets, and legal considerations, which can make the process more costly and time-consuming. People file for personal bankruptcy mainly to manage overwhelming personal debts like credit cards, medical bills, or mortgages. Businesses file for bankruptcy to address unpaid debts, either to close responsibly or to reorganize and try to return to profitability. So, in simple terms, individual insolvency is about clearing personal debts and starting fresh, while business insolvency is about managing a company's financial failure, often involving liquidation or restructuring to protect the business and its stakeholders. The type of bankruptcy and the legal steps involved depend heavily on whether the debtor is an individual or a business entity.